Walk into a modern global perfumery lab, and you'll find a highly sterile, fast-paced environment. Manufacturers rely on harsh chemical compounds and rapid assembly lines to churn out synthetic fragrances that match the latest market trends. But in the city of Kannauj, India, fragrance is approached as an ancient natural science. This region's connection to botany and medicine stretches back to historic centers like Nalanda and Takshashila. At these universities, scholars developed Ayurveda, India's system of healing and achieving physical balance through the use of herbs, woods, and natural extracts. Since 1810, the Slavik family has preserved this specific botanical wisdom. For over 2 centuries, generations of their traditional fragrance makers have passed down the craftsmanship required to extract and blend these natural elements. Rather than reverse engineering popular fast fashion scents, the fragrance house focuses entirely on developing original compositions drawn straight from India's biological wealth. True luxury fragrance requires an ancestral understanding of nature that cannot be manufactured in a laboratory. The extraction process begins with intensive physical labor. Before any distillation can happen, every single botanical element is meticulously handpicked and sorted by local artisans. They gather fresh petals, rare woods, distinct spices, and even a unique baked earth known locally as mitti, which captures the exact scent of the first monsoon rain. Highly fragile ingredients like the bright genda or marigold flower demand individual attention to ensure their delicate aromatic character remains intact during transit. All of these raw materials are destined to meet one specific foundation. Every Slavik composition is built upon pure, authentic sandalwood oil. Sandalwood acts as an essential botanical canvas. It possesses the unique chemical ability to capture, hold, and stabilize the highly volatile notes of those fragile floral and earthy ingredients. Without this strict hand sourcing and the rich sandalwood base, the ancient extraction method they use would fail to produce a lasting scent. To pull the pure aroma from the plants, Slavik uses a traditional Indian clay distillation technique known as Deg Bhapka. Inside the distillation room, you won't find digital thermostats or automated machinery. Artisans operate rows of massive vessels directly over open heat, relying on sensory experience to control the temperature. First, the hand-harvested botanicals and fresh water are tightly sealed inside a large copper heating pot called the deg. As the fire heats the copper, the water boils, forcing highly pressurized fragrant steam up and out through a sealed pipe system. This cross-section diagram shows how that steam flows from the heated chamber and condenses in a second receiving vessel, known as the Bhapka. Here, the pure botanical essence binds directly into that essential sandalwood oil base we mentioned earlier. Once extracted, the small batches of oil are set aside to undergo a slow, deliberate maturation period, allowing the disparate notes to integrate and deepen in richness. This entire sequence actively rejects modern manufacturing shortcuts. Time itself acts as a critical ingredient, patiently drawing out the true character of the fragrance. Today, Slavik channels this 200-year-old traditional process into their modern, globally inspired fabric perfume collections. This comparison chart shows the functional advantage of that Ayurvedic, sandalwood-based distillation. Standard synthetic fragrances experience a rapid drop-off in strength, but Slavik's natural process yields a sustained retention and smooth diffusion that lasts for over 5 hours on fabrics. Because the formulas rely entirely on raw botanical extracts, they also deliver holistic benefits, promoting emotional balance and a peaceful environment in line with Ayurvedic traditions. This deep connection to nature requires an ethical approach to production. The resulting fragrances are completely non-toxic, safe to use, and never tested on animals. By maintaining absolute in-house control over every stage of extraction and blending, the brand manages to create complex, globally appealing scents that still retain a highly authentic Indian soul. Slavik continues a 200-year-old legacy shaped by patience, aged through nature, and remembered through emotion.